So oftentimes I get asked, can you make good money from playing chess, or how much do you make in an average year? And I saw this article come out like a week ago, the biggest chess prize winners in 2022 and how much they made. And I wanted to show you how much I made in 2022 from playing chess, because it was my best year ever for prizes, whether that's a high amount or a low amount. But first, just for perspective, if you haven't read this article, I'll go through a couple of the numbers. Let me zoom in. So they're just going through all the events. I think they're online and in person, but the events that have like public prizes. Top winner, Magnus, no surprise. He won the Champions Chess Tour, Norway Chess, World Blitz and Rapid. Wesley did really well, winning the chess.com Global Championships for 200K. So we're going to go to the club here. We're going to go to the list. Top earning chess players just from public prizes. And Magnus, 7 events, 560,000 approximately. Wesley had a really good year. These prizes are like higher than they used to be in some aspects. 540,000 after 14 events. Hikaru, 515 after 10. You pretty much have 10 players over approximately 200,000. Generally, they're all top 10 or around top 10, flirting with the top 10. Top 10, top 15 out of the 200K range, right? Everyone here, there's actually 11 or players over 200K, but those are the guys that usually get invited to the top events, the Tata Steels, the Norway Chess. If you see other top events, similar stuff. Ding didn't play very much from China, the world number 2. So he made good average per event, 175K. But pretty much $100,000 club only goes to 5, 10, 20 players earning over $100,000 in the whole world from prize money. And players outside of the top 20, let's say, would generally only be a couple here. Pragananda and Nihal. Prag did really well in the one event. Nihal, he's going to be probably top 20, but he's not quite there yet in classical. And 10, Zhongyi, who's like the women's world champion. So only 20 people in the whole world of chess that cracked 100K in prizes. Prize money is still not as high as you might think it would be. And then we're going to go and compare that to myself. So like, is this all the players made? No, you can get appearance fees for some events. Sometimes the appearance fee is larger than your prize money, but for a lot of these players, this is definitely the bulk of what they earned. So yeah, 20 players in the world of chess cracking 100K in prize money. And only one woman. She made the finals of the candidates and won the women's rapid. So that's how she cracked it. So not a lot of money if you're comparing to other competitions or, I don't know, jobs in tech, let's say, from Western countries. And again, some of these are like top 10 players around 100K or 100 to 200K. So all time, Magnus is almost at 10 million. Vishy, lifetime earnings around 10 million. They have the all-time list here. All-time Anand 10 million. 9.5. Magnus 9.5. These aren't adjusted for inflation, so guys like Bobby Fischer made a ton. He could have made a ton. But in terms of modern players, Hikaru, Fabi, Nepo, Aronian, they're still active along with Magnus. They're in the top 10 list and adding. But pretty much if you make more than 5 million lifetime, that's pre-tax, you're in the top 5. Some events you get more in appearance fees than prize money. Tata Steel is one of them for the very top guys. but it really depends on the event. So yeah, 2.5 million, you're in the top 10 of all time. And 100,000, you're top 20 on a yearly basis. And they showed the events that they're counting, right? They only had like 20 events here. So some people might think it's really good. My perspective is it's probably better than it was a few years ago, but it's still not as good as it could be with the chess viewership and the chess boom. Like, there's still a bit of a disconnect between all the new people playing chess and converting them into chess spectators and fans, which is not easy to solve. So yeah, now we're going to compare that, the 2022 list, to my 2022 list. Alrighty. Let's zoom in here. We have a spreadsheet. This, for me, is just prize money, not appearance fees. Not that I really play in events with appearance fees. So the first prize I made in 2022 was second place, Title Tuesday. I tied for first. I got second on tie breaks. $750. This is all in USD. The only currency. Right? All right. Then I won my largest prize ever at the time, Air Things Masters. I did really well there, made it to the playoffs. That was in February. That was the objectively my best event ever, because I beat Magnus, Nepo, Duda, a lot of the guys. That was a rapid event hosted by Chess24. 7,735. That's a weird number. Sorry, let's say 7,750. I think that's what it was. I don't know how 35 pops up. Alrighty. That was a format where you earn prize money on draws and wins. If you lose, you don't get anything. I think the $15 might have been the wire transfer that I had to pay. Anyways, then March, I played in the Bullet Chess Championships hosted by chess.com. I didn't do well. I got eliminated. I was invited to that. I got eliminated early on by Bortnik. I won $1,500. So this is just prize money. This is not after tax, after cost, stuff like that. We'll talk about that after, whatever it is. So $1,500, Bullet Chess Championships. Then I played another Chess24 event, the Charity Cup. I didn't do great. I did okay, but again, I still won some games. There was another Chess24 event. I won $4,000, but that was called the Charity Cup. So that was donated to charity 100%. So I won 4,000. So let's count that as a prize, but that went to charity. That was in March. And then I got invited to the Oslo Esports Cup. That was the one in person in Norway where we played on the computers. You won. The format was, I think, $7,500 per one match. And I only won one match out of the 7. It was a super strong event. I beat Mamadurov, lost everybody else. It was a huge prize fund. It was a Chess24 major. And if you lost a match, you got nothing. So I scored 1 out of 7. $7,500. These are big prizes for my standards. That was in April. And then in May, I got invited to another Chess24 event. It was a good year because I kept getting invited to these events for a few reasons. I did well in the first one. On top of that, Russians, they stopped inviting. And then there's some other chess tournaments on the calendar, so there's a bit of space for some wildcards. Chessable Masters, another Chess 24 event, 16-player round robin. I didn't make it to the playoffs. I usually finished around like 12th place out of 16. Won some games, lost most. My prize was $3,750. And then, did I win any Title Tuesdays during this period? No. Did I play other over-the-board events? No. My next event was in July. Middle of July, Chess.com Global Championships play-in. I won, or I qualified through an event. I tied for first, I think. And I got second, and I think top two qualified to the Chess.com Global Championships, which was a huge prize fund. Yeah, let me put the running total. So we're at 25,000 so far. Chess.com, I made $600, but the most important thing was I qualified to the next stage, which had a minimum prize of 500. So $600, but you qualified to a big prize pool event. Then I played, let's just say, I played in the Chess Olympiad in India. And I'm on Team Canada, and there aren't prizes for the event. And the team doesn't get paid at all. Usually Canada doesn't get paid. There have been some years recently where we negotiated an appearance fee, but now we're back to being unpaid. Most top teams are paid, but so this one, that's a 0. There's no prize money. I think maybe there is prize money from FIDE, but Canada didn't win anything. So Canada won 0 in prizes, and we had 0 appearance fee. So that's a 0, but it actually was a long trip. I was away for 3 weeks. I'm just putting it there because it was a tournament I played in, and I like playing for the country, but I obviously lost a lot of money on the trip, especially because my flight was pretty expensive. So Chess Olympiad, and then I came back from the Olympiad and I played Title Tuesday, and I think I again tied for first. Anyways, I finished second on tie breaks, which always happens. I think Hickey got first. $750. So I come back to Canada, and I just by sitting in front of the computer grinding Title Tuesday, $750. Okay. Then late August, I played in Chess 960 World Championships, and I think I finished in 8th place. Sorry. I lost to Fedoseev in the finals of the qualifiers. He qualified, which was top 6 in the world. So I finished 7th to 8th in the world at 960. And I won a prize of $500. And that was the chess.com qualifier. That's my world placement this year. Because I was the top finishing person who didn't go to Iceland. And Iceland was like 6 or 8 people. So I made it to the finals of the qualifiers. And if you made it to the... If I won that, I would have been minimum top 6. So I got $500 for that. And that was like a 3-day process. Then I tried to qualify to the Lee Chess, through the Lee Chess Chess 960 World Championship qualifiers. And I finished, I think, in the round of 16. Round of 16. So I made it to the playoffs, but I lost to Anish Giri. You guys might have heard of him. in tie breaks. Not an easy opponent. I won 150 US dollars for making the round of 16. And losing to Anish in tie breaks. Then I played my match, Chess.com Global Championships. I actually beat Le Quang in the first match. And then I lost to Lenye Dominguez. So $5,000 if I lost, but I beat Le Quang, so I won $10,000. So that's the largest prize I've ever won in chess. And what I like about it is I earned it by winning a match against a Super GM. So we're at 10,000 in September from the CGC, round of 16. And then in October, Title Tuesday, I think I finished third or something. Got $350. Yay. Then, sorry, before this, I played an over-the-board event, the European Club Cup. And our team won nothing, and I got nothing in terms of appearance fee. So that's another in-person event in Austria. European Team Championships for clubs. Our team won 0. That was more just hanging with the boys. Playing over the board chess. There's just not a lot of money in chess. So I didn't expect to be paid. And we won nothing. This was the team with Magnus, Aryan, myself, stuff like that. So that's a 0. But later in October, I got invited to a Champions Chess Tour event. I kept messing up positions. It was a bit of a disaster, but I still won a couple of games. That was another Chess 24. I won a prize amount of $3,250. That was in late October. And then that rounds out my tournaments. I finished like 13th or something. Anyways, chess.com, I've been playing Arena Kings. I was playing Arena Kings. So AK stands for Arena Kings. And CDQ is Chess Done Quick. I won a bunch of subs from that. So chess.com pays in subs, right? And how many subs did I win? I won 340 subs. So subs are worth $5. At least they cost $5. So we're going to put $1,700. Now, for those that know Twitch, Twitch generally pays $2.50 on a sub. We're actually on a $3.50 deal, so we get $3.50. But Twitch, starting June 1st, is reducing that to $2. We're back to 50%. So it's going to be worth about half this amount, not exactly what we actually get. But that's technically, let's say, prizes. That's before any fees. $1,700 won through the chess.com's Arena Kings events. And that's like usually winning like $30, $50, and it just accumulated. So this is probably worth maybe like 30%, 70, 65% of this total. We'll see. But like overall, all the prize money, all the Title Tuesdays, all the online events, all the in-person events, $42,550. Oh yeah, wait, we're not done yet. Let's add one more thing. World Blitz and Rapid. I had to withdraw from the Rapid. I wasn't feeling well. My score it was just the first day. I won 0. And you have to pay your way to go there. And there's no appearance fees. So that's another egg. So in the over the board events, I'll even write OTB to signify that. 0, and generally over the board events are more costly because you have to travel. So yeah, that's a 0. So anyways, those are all the events I played in. Pre any sort of fee, $42,550. Let me take off my, let me shrink my camera. There. And that is the most prize money I have ever won in a year, by a fair amount, because some of these prizes were done in person. So even when I was like, you know, I quit pro chess very early. I only played about 2 years in Europe when I was 20, 21. And then because on a good year, maybe making 30,000 US, and that's only traveling and playing out of your suitcase. So the cost was way higher, and the prize money like 30,000, but you know, you had to pay your way to a lot of events. So I was like losing money originally if you just play in-person events. So this year was better because there's a higher amount of prize money, and if you noticed, all my actual prizes were generally tournaments online or tournaments that were covered. So we got 42,550. That's how much I made solely from earned prizes in 2022, and that is by far the most I've ever made from playing chess. And I do like to keep track of this because earning it in prizes feels different than like a charity or an appearance fee. It's like it's earning it in a competitive format. So this is before travel costs and all the other fees. But that is by far the most I've made as a 2600 grandmaster. Just in case you're curious. Some of these events I played just for the sake of playing. They were very expensive. World Blitz and Rapid, European Club Cup, that's over the board. But that didn't influence the actual prizes. So anyways, I just thought that'd be interesting to share because I don't think I missed anything. I kept track of everything. Yeah. And I'm guessing this year I won't get near this amount anytime soon because Chess24 got bought by chess.com, and I will not be getting invited to the chess.com events. They've changed the format so that it's harder to qualify. The prizes are larger, but it's going to funnel to the top even more because they've shrunk the events. So I think only Magnus and Hikaru get invited, and then people have to play through qualifiers. And so they've just changed the format and they've consolidated the events. There's now only one tour. The two tours have merged for a larger prize fund, but that means it's, you know, kind of consolidates to the top. So there's no more Champions Chess Tour. So if they were going to have it, they said they enjoyed having me on the tour and I'd have a chance to play more. Most likely I'm on good terms, but it got sold out by chess.com and consolidated. So yeah, this is in USD, and this year there will not be this Chess24 thing. So if you remove all of those events that I got invited to, I still had to win games to get that prize money, but I'm going to take away this tour because most chess events are invite only. So you just don't have an opportunity to win prizes. Like, you could be really good, and I'm not talking about myself. You just simply Tata Steel, it's invite only. Most events are invite only, so even a top 25 player, they just simply have no opportunity to do that. So let's take away Chess24. And so these are all events where I had to play from the very beginning. Okay, actually I was invited to this, World Chess Championships. But no, outside of so Chess24 Tour is gone. I made 16,300 outside of that. That's grinding through Title Tuesday. That's grinding through the Chess 960 World Championships. That's waking. Yeah, that's playing over the board events. 16,300, and the bulk of that comes from one event. So chess.com has higher prize fund because it's merging the tours, but fewer spots. Wasn't I invited to CGC? No. We just went over this. CGC play-in, $600. I made it through a qualifier. I woke up. I played a 9 a.m. event. I made it through a qualifier. And then I beat Laquang in a match. So, yeah. If you're just playing through qualifications and you're a fairly strong GM, I mean, you'll be happy to make 10K in a year. But yeah, it was my best year ever for chess. I hope it's not my last year like that, but it's going to be much harder coming up. It's going to be much harder, 2023. And I'm guessing 42,000 puts me, in terms of prize money, definitely in the top 100, probably top 50 for GMs, because the drop off is pretty steep. So it's probably top 50, but absolutely, yeah, it has to be top 50, certainly top 100. So yeah, that's life of a chess grandmaster. And yeah, I mean, some of these tournaments, just in case you're curious, stuff like the World Blitz and Rapid, the trip cost, more than 8,000 US. So it's, again, we're just looking at prize money. We're only talking about prize money. I just like keeping track of it for my own sake. But it also reinforces why I stream and have this company, and we try to work hard on content. How are you supposed to support yourself if you're a GM playing full time? You can supplement it by teaching and playing some leagues. You can find a sugar mama, but how do you support a family? That gets hard. So like tournaments like this was in person. They cover the expenses. Oslo Esports. European Club Cup, I didn't make money, but the expenses were covered. But okay, your time is worth something too. Bundesliga is big for some guys. Unfortunately, it's not. I played in the Bundesliga, and that was one of the reasons why I quit, because I got 300 euros per game in the Bundesliga, and it's pretty lucky to have a spot. 300 euros per game is Bundesliga prices have even gone down since then. You spend a full day playing, you get 300 euros. It definitely doesn't give you a lot of money. And there's only 1 to 2 teams that play very well, pay well, and even those teams pay less than they used to. No, but Bundesliga is also depressing to play in. It's yeah. Let's say you have a team, you're a good GM, maybe you get 500 euros a game. So it's some money and it's stability, and that's how a lot of Europeans survive. They through leagues, they pay probably 300 to 500 euros per game for a good GM. And that's, yeah, they don't win prizes, but they win that. But leagues are not full time, so I'm sure there's quite a few that make it through appearance fees to like 30, 40, 50,000 euros, but past that it gets hard. So anyways, I just thought I'd share that. I'm talking about good grandmasters. I'm not talking about I'm talking about the top 20% of GMs, maybe top 15%. But Not talking about average GMs. I mean, most GMs are like 2,500 type of thing. So, yeah. Prize money in chess. 2022, my best year. 2023, we're gonna have to do something crazy to improve this number. But I'm gonna try. Gonna play the Title Tuesdays, the Pro Chess Leagues, see what we can do. But it's gonna be hard to top this.